This video demonstrates the integration of Radware vDirect with Nuage VSP and OpenStack Liberty Load Balancer as a Service version 2. The scenario shown here is single-tenant. The logical architecture consists of an internal network inside the Nuage domain, which is being accessed from the internet by remote users. This private domain is managed by Nuage and OpenStack. First, we're deploying 3 web servers in the internal network. Next, we deploy Radware's automation engine, vDirect. It will get orders via REST API from the OpenStack controller to provision Alteon virtual machines. When an admin configures a load balancer via OpenStack console, vDirect receives the orders to provision an Alteon virtual machine that corresponds to the configured load balancer. vDirect triggers the deployment of an application delivery controller, which after deployment is being connected to the internal network. Next, the Alteon machine would expose a virtual IP and would load balance traffic to the configured real servers. Alteon is also capable of doing SSL termination. The physical infrastructure consists of a series of nodes: OpenStack controller on 2 computes, Nuage nodes, VSD, VSC, VSG. In addition, each compute node has a Nuage virtual routing and switching module. The compute nodes are used to host the real servers and Radware VMs. Next, we would like to demonstrate the configuration and provisioning of load balancer as a service using Nuage, OpenStack, and Radware. We start by creating a load balancer and we connect it to the internal subnet. Next, we create the listeners. Since we're demonstrating HTTP and HTTPS communication, we're creating 2, one for each communication. The next step is the creation of server pools, one for HTTP and one for HTTPS. We start adding members to the server pools. This action triggers the actual deployment of the load balancer by vDirect. We might need to wait for the virtual machine to boot up and to receive its configuration. During this time, its status is pending update. When the appliance is ready, its status becomes active, and we may continue adding the rest of the servers to the pool. We can actually check that the configuration has been successfully pushed to the appliance by logging into vDirect. We choose the appliance and query it for the current configuration. Here we may find all the load balancer as a service configuration translated into Alteon language. We see the real servers as well as the virtual ones. This may also be checked when connecting directly to the Alteon appliance. We may see the real servers, 3 for each pool, as well as the virtual ones, 1 for each protocol, HTTP and HTTPS. The final step of the demo is the test of load balancing. The load balancing method configured is round-robin, so we may see that the requests are being load balanced accordingly. SSL termination also works as expected, a little bit slower though, due to the SSL overhead.